everybody. Welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on today. But before we get started, you know what we do, you know how we do it, and you know where we do it at. It's right down here in your settings. Find your subscribe button. Go ahead on and subscribe. What you waiting on? Go ahead. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis. You know what it is? It's that unrelenting beast. I'm telling you, it has had me up by my neck here lately. His foot has been on my neck. But I appreciate all the help y'all give me with it. All right, and right here, that's our join button. That is for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my little channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I promise you, I'll be so grateful for that support. Also, I have a shout out I got to make. I want to shout out to Deborah Copeland. Deborah, thank you so much for the super thanks. I appreciate it so very much. Your faithfulness and support of this channel is something that I don't even really have words for. Thank you so much. All right, with all that said, let's get to the read. When I was putting the read together today, y'all know where I was. I was up and down these internet streets. And I'm telling you, it's been pretty hot because like I said, let me just give y'all a little rundown of these internet streets. I was over to Instagram, and Instagram is on fire because Megan came outside, and the Instagram people, the squatties over there, they love pictures, they love all of this. And I'm telling you, their creativity is just chef kiss. And it is so much good stuff over there. And I'm so happy that Megan came out. And of course, I did read a few articles, but I went over to the Daily Fail, and the Daily Fail is as happy as the squatties are that Megan came out. I went through all the articles that the Daily Fail had written about Megan since she was at the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles gala, and they were averaging a article an hour. They were writing that many articles. I have never saw anything like it. I think it's probably slowed down, but when I checked over there, they were writing an article an hour because they time stamped them. And they were just writing an article an hour. And I said, they were so thirsty. They were so thirsty. And Megan said, okay, I'll throw you a bone. I'll come outside since y'all been begging and pleading and walking around on your knees, because that's where all that where is Megan came from. Them wanting to have something, because even though they got a whole king's horse, and a prince and princess of Wales, and a duke and duchess of Edinburgh all over there, they act like they don't have anything unless they have something to write about when it comes to Meghan or Harry. What what did they do before Meghan came along? That's all I want to know. What did they do? It's ridiculous to me. But I digress. I was over on X, formerly known as Twitter. We got some funny stuff and some good stuff over there. And so we're gonna really talk about this is gonna be kind of a messy podcast. And I must say, a lot of my subscribers like my messiness. They like my pettiness. They like my tantrums. And I love that because that's who I am. That's me in a nutshell right there. And I am so glad I have found my people. So glad. And so yeah, so I was over there on X, and they are just so happy to have Megan, but boy are they dragging the British media because they of their thirst, their thirst. They are so happy that Megan came out, and the squatties are calling them on it. They are calling them to the front about it. And also, what they're calling them on too is still calling out Camille Tominey. They are still dragging Camille Tominey is a liar up and down these internet streets. I'm telling you, all you have to do is stand on the corner of, one of the internet streets, and you will see them one squatty or another having her by her head, uh, skull dragging her up and down them streets. I'm just saying, and I love it for her. And I have something that a squatty that posted something on X reminded me of. They reminded me of why we call her Camilla Tominey is a liar. I mean, it's a lot of reasons because she done told a lot of lies, but one of the most vicious one we're gonna discuss. So, with all that said, let's get to the read. Let's get to the read. First, I'm going to put up this. And of course, they were talking about where's Megan? Where's Megan? Like they ain't got nobody over there. It's just sad. It's really, really sad that they behave in the manner that they behave. And when William and Kate is just begging for anybody to show them any kind of attention, because that's what that Cialis commercial, that commercial was about. It was a cry for help. We're here. We're here. It's kind of like, have you ever saw that movie, The Incredible Shrinking Man? And he just continues to shrink to the point where nobody can see him with their eyes. You would have to get a microscope or something like that. And he kept saying, I'm here, I'm here. That is the way William and Kate is. They are crying out each and every day saying, we're here, we're here. We're willing to use uh, a young girl who is in dire situation and a sad, very sad situation. They're willing to go that low in order for somebody to pay them some attention. But yet and still, what happens? Megan steps out and they lose their collective minds. So I'm gonna put this up. It says Megan be like, they be saying picture edit. It says, where is Megan? And Megan said, here I am. And I love it. I love it. And they love it. They want to pretend like they don't love it, but these people love it. What did they, I keep saying that. What did they do before Megan? What was it? I don't get it because here's a woman 5,000 miles away on a whole different continent going to a gala that has nothing to do with the UK whatsoever is LA Children's Hospital. LA Children's Hospital, the Children's Hospital of LA in Los Angeles, California, USA. It doesn't have anything to do with the UK, but yet and still, they're writing article after article after article. And when I have an article that I saw something that a squatty posted that it was hard for me to believe that the Daily Mail actually wrote the article. I had to go and look myself. I said, this cannot be. This has to be made up. Maybe the squatty saw, somehow, sometimes things get made up. A squatty will make something up, then a lot of squatties think it's real. And then, for a little while, people be questioning, is it real? If it's not real or whatever, I'll question if this was real. And I went and in search of the article, and it was real. When we get to it, we're going to talk about it. But it shows the level of desperation that these people are at and the dire straits that they are with their future king and future queen. It's pitiful. It's pitiful when despair and the spare's wife, it just blows up the spot when they just come out of the house. Ugh, that's all I can say. And here's another one. It says, well, go ahead then, Megan. Walk that red carpet. You know what? I saw this. It's a song that says, walk that, walk that, walk that. Oh, and I thought about that song. Megan was walking that carpet. Megan was showing what she was made of. You know, they have talked all kinds of stuff, talking about she's a bully, she's this, she's that. And every time she shows up, it just blows all of their smears to smithereens. Because anybody with two eyes and two ears can see and hear that this woman right here is nobody's bully. It's nobody's bully. And when she smiles and when she how she presents herself, how she moves, she don't even move like that. And they try to paint her to be this certain kind of person, and she shows up and just blows the whole thing up. I why I just don't get why they just keep going with it. Bring out the white flag. Bring out the white flag because you will never win against Meghan and Harry. Every time they come out of the house, they show you up. They show you they show these smearmongers and all these liars and toadies and all these bootlickers for the palace. They show them up. They show Kensington Palace up. You know, it must be really frustrating for William and Kate. And I'll tell you why. Because them watching Meghan with ease come out and just blow things up. I'm telling you, every magazine, every news organization, everything that you can imagine has Meghan on it with that red dress. And Kate came out with a cancer patient, and people don't pay her no attention. I mean, she actually had to feign cancer in order for anybody to miss her. She had to go missing in order for people to start to miss her. And she had went missing, I know, about four months before people started asking any questions. Because she worked so little, people just thought she was on vacation as usual. But yes, Megan shows up, blows the spot up. It must be so frustrating for her. Because when you can't compete where you can't compare and it bothers you, and you have made an effort to destroy that person, but yet and still that person is a phoenix and rises from the ashes that you have tried to burn them down in. I love it. I love it. And I love this picture right here with Megan and this family. Oh my goodness. And it was one person who was on Twitter said that they recognized who this family was. And they said, that's our friend. That's our friend. I'm going to post it right here where they said, that's our friend. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, they said that's here it is right here. It said, "Oh my God, these are my friends. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Yes. So whoever this person who posted this, they recognize that family, and what a beautiful family it is. Oh my goodness, Megan look like she's part of the family. She does. She looks like she's part of the family. And I'm gonna put up this. We're gonna put up a whole lot of stuff today. So y'all, it is going to be a ride. So y'all ride with me. It says, I love how she wore the red dress and made the Derangers mad because they thought they bullied her into never dressing like this again. Who's laughing now? Y'all remember when Megan first wore this dress? It had the train on it. Her and Harry, I think they were over on the Intrepid. They went there for some kind of dinner or an occasion, and she wore this. And the squatties, I mean the Rangers, they didn't do anything. They just picked her apart, said it was ill fitting, it didn't look good, it was this, it was that, and they really thought that they had bullied her into never wearing that dress again. They really thought that Meghan actually pays them some attention. They really think that they matter to Meghan. They really do. They think all of these nobodies walk around here and talk on this particular app, think that they are somebody. Especially the woman who thinks she's the man with the sea lady. Yeah, that one. They really think that she mattered to people. Really think that she absolutely somehow garners some kind of attention from Meghan. And they all talked about Meghan's dress. And Meghan said, okay, y'all, I, I'll show you. I'm going to wear my dress again because you mean nothing. Your opinion means zero, zero to me. And my grandmother used to say naught. Instead of zero, she used to say naught. It means naught to Meghan. And I love this. And like they said, who laughing now? And this one too, poking fun, the squatties poking fun at those deranged toadies over there, those hags. And you know they all hags, and they hate Meghan because of the fact that she is intelligent. She is thin. She is beautiful. She is smart. She she got the prince, and she is a woman of color. That's all that this is about. And I am going to say out loud, most of it is about racism. They really feel some kind of way that this woman of color got this desirable prince. They feel some kind of way about that. And so, what their response is to hate Meghan. But Meghan said, I am so unbothered with you. Me and my husband and my children are going to move on and keep moving forward. And I'm wearing my red dress. Y'all can say whatever you want to. And one thing Meghan can take some solace in, ain't none of these, I'm going to put a picture of the ones I know of. Ain't none of them can wear that dress. None of them. And you should hear and see some of the lies um, that the squatties have found that they're talking about Meghan, talking about she gate crashed the children's of LA, the Children's Hospital of LA's gala. She gate crashed. She wasn't invited. And then Megan standing up there with the president, and he is just as giddy as he can be to have her. I mean, the level of delusion with these people, it should be studied by scientists because I'm telling you, it is something otherworldly. It the way they brain work, it should be studied by scientists, and they really need to find some kind of cure for it. Because if they did, the world would be such a better place. It would. If they could clear that up, it would be great. And it says, after all the tantrum, all of the hate and tantrums they left under the hospital post. You remember when Megan went over there and read to the children? This is the same hospital she went there to read to those children. And they left all kind of nasty, hateful comments under the post where Megan was sitting there reading to children. These are the people that we are dealing with. That's the reason I push so hard back on them and call them all kinds of names. and just really call them out for the ugly old hags that they are, because every one of them look like uh, they've been rode hard and put up wet. They all do. It's not an attractive one in the whole bunch. And I mean ugly on the inside and out. I said it. If they got a problem with it, too bad. It is true. And the and some of them are uglier on the outside than they are on the inside, if you can believe that as a possibility. I'm just saying. And they did that. How can you sick children? Somebody goes and reads the sick children, and your first response is to leave a hate comment on the website. Tell me you don't need to be drugged. Tell me. That's why I drag them. And I'm telling you, I don't even think this person is a squatty. I really don't. But it's one that drags little tooth, big tooth. Ooh. And that pie face one, he be, well, it's a prodigy type account. So I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but the picture is of a man. And I'm telling you, it's called the name is Benji. And I'm telling you, Benji drags little tooth, big tooth on the regular. And I mean, he be posting pictures and everything, calling her fat, calling her ugly, calling her homely, calling her nobody wants her. Uh, this person be doing it, and they have a YouTube channel too, and they be dragging. I don't think they're gonna last too long dragging them like that, but while it's lasting, I went under one of his comments one time and I told him, I said, you know what, you doing God's work. You're doing God's work. And he wrote back to me and said, thank you. Guys, I'm telling you, he drags them all. And he drags, I don't even know how to do the lady who's a C, but is not a lady. And that one, the one that looks like this, her. He drags her. He drags them all, and I just love it. I just enjoy him so much. I didn't see him today while I was on these internet streets. He may be done. He may be in X, formerly known as Twitter jail right now, because I'm telling you, he be going straight. Instead of going straight for the neck, he goes straight for the head. He just be hitting them all upside the head, all of them, and he calls them out by their name. He knows all of their government names, and he does not hold back. So I'm thinking he might be in formerly known as Twitter jail right now, because I didn't see him today. But it's so funny, and it's so necessary, and it is God's work. I'm just saying. But then back to this. It says after the hate and tantrum that was left under the hospital post when she did a story reading, LA Hospital still sees her value and possibly partner with her foundation. These haters will learn one day that the real people see the genuine Meghan and wants to work with her. Her value, her power, unmatched. Where is the lie? And they have done everything that they can, and that's including that unruly, unethical mob over there that calls themselves journalists. They have done everything with their smear campaign. They have tried to smear everything that Harry and Meghan has done, every person that they have worked with, and it has all added up to, as my grandmother would say, naught. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. And I love it for them, to the point where we are really starting to see some cracks. I said it way back when I said it started with Columbia. Even Angela Levin had to admit, even through her threats towards Harry, that people still love Harry. They hadn't changed Nothing. They have not changed anything. Harry and Meghan have continued to thrive and continue to fly high, and they have continued to shoot their poison darts, but it has not landed, not one time. And eventually they're going to understand that what they're doing is fruitless and focus on the ones over there who are begging you, begging you. Do you know how desperate you have to be to fake cancer in order to get some attention? When they could just give her that attention, why aren't they just giving it to her? Meghan and Harry said they were willing to move before they left the family. They said they were willing to move wherever, to South Africa, to Canada, wherever, to be away from them people. They don't want the publicity, the kind of publicity that they are um, given. Let them have it all. Megan said it in the documentary. Let them have it all. And they are just crying out over there. William and Kate are just crying out over there for some attention. And they will not do it. They so focus on Harry and Meghan, trying to still destroy them because this is the first for them. They have always been able to destroy anybody that they collectively decided needed to be destroyed. And this is a first for them because it hadn't happened. And so it's going to take some time, but the worm is turning, buddy. It is turning, and I love it for them. All right, and let's see. And this particular person said this. It says, "Why is the British media still so obsessed with Meghan Markle? 5 years later, we are just a few months out from 5 whole years since Harry and Meghan packed their bags up and said, 'See ya,' and left that place over there and moved to California. And they are just as obsessed with Meghan as they were the first day she stepped foot on that island nation. It is mind-boggling to me when they have Kate and William. They have somebody to focus on. Build them up. Write about them. Work with them. Maybe you can shine them up. I know they dull, but shine them up. Try to shine them up. Get your rags out. Shine them up. I mean, and leave Harry and Meghan to the global, the global audience. Because at the end of the day, William and Kate is going to be the king and queen of the United Kingdom. Focus on them. Their media should be focused on them. And Harry and Meghan are in the US. And the US, let the US media focus on them. And the US media don't focus on them unless they are out doing something. Unlike these people, Meghan doesn't even have to do anything. Harry doesn't have to do anything. They are just focused on them when they're doing nothing, which is crazy. It's crazy to me. And this person said, sanction, he said, she doesn't even go there. I mean, let me reread it. It says, "Why is the British media still so obsessed with Meghan Markle? And she doesn't even go over there anymore. I thought y'all wanted her to leave. She did." Isn't it that simple? It is that simple. And this person says it's sanctioned by the palace. Now I don't know. Well, I now the smearing is sanctioned by the palace. But the palace really want the publicity. They want them to focus on them and let them be on the front pages and do all that. But what they don't, I think what they don't understand is that the British media is just laser focused on Harry and Meghan, and they all Harry and Meghan has to do is come outside, and the front pages is theirs over there. It's theirs. Like the front pages, everything is Meghan over there. Like I said, they was just spinning out article every hour. Just ridiculous. And this is an example of the article. And I did not believe this article was real. I'm going to put it up here. And it's by one of my favorite squatties. And she said, "What?" And start to laugh hysterically. Laughing hysterically emoji. And let's read what the Daily Fail wrote about. And it says this: Meghan Markle dons open toed shoes in public despite claims she hated her feet. I could not believe that was a real article. When I saw this squattie's post, I said, it's got to be some kind of mistake. It's got to be some kind of hope article. It cannot be a real article. And so I went on the hunt, went over there to the Daily Fail, and there it was. Here it is. Real article. Real article. And in the article, they got stuff like this: pictures of Meghan's feet. And it says this. It says Meghan Markle attended LA Children's Hospital gala on Saturday wearing scarlet Carolina Herrera frock and a coordinating high heel strappy sandal. Meghan, it said, her barely there shoe, which showed off her feet, marked a radical departure from the type of footwear she's used to opt for, which is not true. Meghan has worn barely there strappy shoes way before, so many times. One when she went to the Robert F. Kennedy Awards in New York City when they did that chase on them, she was wearing a barely there strappy shoe. I remember because I love that shoe so much that it's ingrained in my brain. Cause I was like, how does Megan walk in this shoe? Because it was a barely there strappy shoe, and it was beautiful on her foot. And I was like, her feet was just it was just beautiful on her feet. And so this is a lie. This is an excuse to write an article, to spin out more and more articles. And I bet you Kate is in her house right now when she saw this and all these articles spinning out. I bet she absolutely is saying to herself, here I am, had to fake cancer just to get a headline or two, and this woman walks right out in a dress she has worn before, hair tousled, and a strappy there sandal, and she gets all these articles. I have never saw anything like it before in my life. Can you believe that this is actually an article? And it's not a short article. It is a long article. They go into all kinds of detail about what kind of shoes Meghan wore in Colombia. If she wore straps or whatever, she was dancing. She had on the little flat uh, sandals. They have them, pictured them. And if I am if I'm remembering correctly, and y'all correct me in the comments if I am wrong, this whole thing about saying that Meghan hates her feet is a deranged lie. It's a deranger lie because Meghan wears some long pants that cover her feet. And that is the style. If you go to the different website where she purchased these items, that is the way the model in the picture wears it, with the pants covering their feet. But I think the derangers came up with this nonsense that she hates her feet. I cannot remember Meghan ever saying that she hates her feet. But I'm not gonna say that I am right about everything and I remember everything correctly. But y'all tell me in the comments if I am correct or not. But I don't remember Meghan ever saying this. I think this is a deranger lie that they have picked up on one of those hate websites, like the people that I was talking about. I believe that's where they got that from. That Meghan somehow hate her feet, because it's stupid. But to absolutely write an article, that should tell you how many articles they were spinning out about Meghan. They wrote about a dress. They wrote about her shoes. They wrote about her hair. They wrote about her friend. They wrote about everything, the relationship she has with the friend, which they have no idea what relationship that Meghan has with her friend that she went to the gala with. Have no idea, but they wrote an article about it. They guessed and wrote it. Article after article after article. It is crazy. But I just found that so hilarious and so almost unbelievable that they were right about Meghan's feet. This is the level of obsession for these people. Eh, Writing about someone's feet these feet are 5,000 miles away, and they are writing about it. And they got a whole princess over there who have feet. Kate got feet. Why you ain't writing about her feet? It is insanity to me. It is crazy, crazy insanity to me. And also I want to talk about this. I don't know if y'all know Lizzie Cunty. She is this woman who said that she knew Meghan, and she claims to have been one of Meghan's friends. And she has one picture that I know of, that I have saw, which that she took with Meghan. And all of a sudden she goes around all these um talk shows. Like she's on Jeremy Vine a lot, and she's on GB News a lot, just running Meghan down, just talking all kinds of nonsense about Meghan. And like Piers Morgan says that Meghan ghosted her. After she met Harry, Meghan ghosted her. When in actuality, I bet you she said she had met Meghan at another gala. And evidently they took a picture together. And I believe that is as far as it went. But when Meghan became the Duchess of Sussex, or when she started to date Harry, she saw this opportunity that she could cash in, and so she had this picture. So she hawked it around, kind of like that old Paul Burrows guy, who that's all he does. I'm gonna say this, and I might be wrong, but it seemed to me like the UK is the only place in the world that you can just meet people once or be in their company for 15 minutes, like money 15 minutes, like Angela Levin was in Harry's company for 15 minutes. It seems like you can make a whole career. All you got to do is to take a picture with the right person, or be able to say you spent 15 minutes with them, and you got a career. You got a complete career. And this is the way this Lizzie Cunty is. She was one of the footballer's girlfriends. And from my understanding, her reputation is pretty much about like the Charles's horse. They say it's not a footballer that she hadn't been up under. She's that type. And yet and still she got this story said that her and Meghan was friends, and Meghan wanted her to fix her up with a footballer. And Meghan wanted to live in the United Kingdom. She wanted a career in the United Kingdom, which makes no sense to me. When when Meghan already had a hit series on US television, why would you want to, you got a big platform like that, why would you want to, I'm not running the UK down, but it is not America. When you are famous in America, you are famous in the entire world. You can literally be famous in the UK and people not know who you are, but you cannot be famous in the US and the world knows who you are. People in Germany knows who you are. When Beyonce tours the world, okay, she is famous all over the world because she first became famous in America. When you make it here, you can make it anywhere. You are famous in the world. And so this is what I'm saying. This person is trying to make it, make this up saying that Meghan wanted to have a career in the UK, which makes no sense. And so so Meghan was enlisting her help to find some man or something like that. And I don't believe that for 1 minute. And she's saying this particular footballer that she was gonna set her up with didn't want Meghan. I hadn't heard him say anything uh, of such. I have yet to find him a comment or any kind of statement from him. This the only story that's like this is coming from her, and her reputation is like I said. They say it's not a footballer over there that she hadn't been under, and her face looked like she has had so much plastic surgery. And these I'm gonna try to find a picture that's not from this article. I'm gonna try to find another picture that hadn't been photoshopped to the gods, because that's what she does. She photoshops her pictures that she puts out, and these pictures right here in this article has been photoshopped. But when you see her on the Jeremy Vine show, you see her on GB News, her face is toe up from the flow up, if you know what I mean. The plastic surgery is overdone, to say the least. I have never saw anybody who looks, she she is about, I would say, 2 clicks from Michael Jackson when it comes to plastic surgery. So you get where I'm coming from. I would say 2 clicks away from Michael Jackson, and it could be one. The only reason I would say she is 1 click away from Michael Jackson, 1 or 2 clicks away from Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's skin tone did not look natural. Her skin tone looked natural, but nothing else does. And I'm gonna try to find a picture. If you don't see one up here, it's because I couldn't find it, but I am going to try to find a picture so you'll see what I'm talking about. And this woman just so happened, the reason I am talking about her right now, and the reason I am dragging her, is because she just so happens was there last night too. She was at the LA Children's Hospital gala, and she has this article in the Daily Fail. The minute she found out that Meghan was at the gala, I bet she had the Daily Fail on speed dial and had, she had a bidding going on between the Daily Fail and the Daily Express and the Daily Mirror, which one would pay her the most money for saying that she actually breathed the same air that Meghan did, because it was no contact. Meghan did not even know she was there. She admits this in the article. And the name of the article is talking about Lizzie Cunty narrowly avoids a very awkward reunion with an old friend, Meghan Markle, as she shares a snap from charity gala years after the royal ghosted her. You see what I'm saying? And she said that she was, and this is what it said, she was at a top table, but Meghan was surrounded by her security. I guess she's trying to say that her table was better than Meghan. Now, here Meghan is a whole duchess, the one who is bringing the shine to the whole gala. Although it was some people who had some shine that was there. Now, don't get me wrong. Meghan wasn't the only one that had to shine. But Lizzie Conte is going to have a better table than Meghan Markle. Come on. That she didn't say it out loud, but they insinuated it. You know how they insinuate. Somebody she had a top. She didn't have an opportunity to see her. She had a top table, and Meghan had her security around her. Would not say where Meghan was sitting, just said her security was. And my whole thing is, so what? So what? I mean, I am a true believer in not getting bogged down in these crazy people's narratives. I mean, if Meghan was sitting in the back of the room, it was because she wanted to sit there. So what? But they just want something to talk about. And so just get ready for Lizzie Cunty to be on all of the shows tomorrow. I know she is rushing back right as we speak. She is taking a red eye so she can be on the Jeremy Vine, so she can say, I was there. I was there. I actually breathed the same air that Meghan breathed. Because that's the only claim to fame she got. Because if Megan had saw her, she would look the other way. She wouldn't acknowledge her. Because you think Megan is not aware of what she's been doing on these talk shows, talking her nonsense. Of course, Megan is aware of that. And plus, too, Megan has outgrown her. And you're dismissed, Lizzie. You're dismissed. But I bet you she is taking a red eye right now so she can be on Jeremy Vine. She can be on Lorraine. She can be on This Morning. She can be, oh, I wouldn't be surprised. If I had to bet, I would say she was going to be on Good Morning Britain. That's the one I would put my money on because they always try to snag the best. And this is pretty much the best they can get when it comes to Megan. Some old worn out old hooker that's had every footballer it is to have who wrangled a ticket to the LA gala. And she wrangled it. She probably did it like she has done, made her whole life. That's her life story. We all know what it says. And just so happened, Megan showed up. And now here she is. She's going to go on this talk show, and that's what she's going to say. Well, I was there. Okay, you were there. What else? Ain't much you can say after that. But is that going to stop them from having her over? Absolutely not. She's probably going to make the rounds, and I bet you she cannot. When I was little, my grandmother, I know I keep talking about my grandmother and my mom because I miss them so much. My grandmother and my mom, they were the funniest people, my mom was such a riot and she would crack me up. And my grandmother would have all these funny sayings. And she used to say, when she wanted us to be in a hurry about something, she said, "Don't let your dress tail touch until you get right here." And that means hurry up. So I bet you Liz Cunty didn't hasn't let her dress tail touch her before she was on an airplane to go over to the UK, back home to the UK, so she could make some money off of actually breathing the air of Meghan. I'm just saying. And all this talking about she ghosted her. Meghan figured out what kind of person she was. I bet you after Meghan met her at this gala, people start telling Meghan what kind of bed mattress she really is. And so Megan didn't want to associate herself with that person because that's her reputation. It's not something that I made up. It's something that I have heard numerous times. I'm just saying. All right, let's keep going. And I want to show this picture of her and uh what is his name? Sugar Ray Leonard. She over there. Look how she hugged up with Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray Leonard is about as old as I'm gonna put it to you this way. He probably knew Jesus. He just that old. And here she is hugged up with him because she think he might have a dollar in his pocket somewhere. I bet you she checked his pockets while he was hugging her. I am just saying. I know my brother is laughing at that joke. I know he is because he knows Sugar Ray Leonard is old as I'm telling you, if he's not old as Jesus, he is definitely old as Paul. Just saying. All right, let's go on. And one squatty posted this, and it is the decor that was in the gala. Y'all know we nosy. We as squatties, we are so nosy. And of course, if we can get pictures of how it looked inside, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We gonna post them, and that's what I'm gonna show y'all. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? The hall. It looks so, you know, like autumn. It's very, very appropriate. I think it's really, really beautiful. And here's another picture. Oh, it's so pretty. It looked like it was under a tent. It really does. It looks like it was under a tent. Very pretty. And look at this. Yeah. Yeah, it was really pretty. And I guess this is where a lot of the people who were making speeches or the host of the whole gala probably stood up there. But very beautiful. I love those trees. Very, very beautiful. You know we nosy. You know we nosy. We want to know. We want to see. Okay, and let's see. We're gonna get off of that for a minute. We're gonna drag Camilla Tomney for a minute. Like I said, we all know why we dragging her. Uh, the whole interview with Boris Johnson and that face, and I'm gonna put this post up here. That face she made with when he said nice things about Meghan, when he said nice thing about Harry, which is true. He actually decided to tell the truth, and she could not handle that. And her face already looked like it's melting. She is not aging well. I think I don't know how old Camilla Tomney is. I think she may be in her 40s, but she definitely looked like she can smell 60. Her face looks, yeah, she looks close to 60 in the face. She ain't aging very well. I don't know what it is, but she just not aging very well at all. But this squatty put this up and reminded us for one of the major reminded us of the one of the major reasons why we call her Camilla Tomley is a liar. And y'all remember when she tried to say that she was getting death threats and tried to insinuate that Squatties was sending her death threats. And you remember it, we found out that it was all a lie, some stuff that she had made up. Let's get into that. I want to break this down. This is what she said, the email that she received. You remember she posted it that time talking about this is what she received, and people was threatening her. And you absolutely have to care about somebody to threaten them. They have to actually trouble your soul for you to make an effort to type out an email or a post to threaten them. And she don't even rank that for squatty. She is just something that we look down on and we love to talk about, call out, and expose. That's all she is to us. She is not something that we would even just use our energy, and hatred is energy. You know, we would not expend our energy to hate her. She's not even worthy of that. She's not. And that's why when this happened, squatters was saying, I don't believe it. They called her out on it right away. They said, this is not true. This is not true. Nobody don't care enough about Easter Island head. One of my clients, one of my commenters said that that Byron calls Camilla Tominey Easter Island because you know those statues on Easter Island got them long, long heads, and I think they don't even know how they got there, and we don't know how Camilla got here either. I don't think she was birthed in this world. I think she was probably found under a rock somewhere. But I'm just saying, she does have that long face, and so what I was saying is you have to care about someone. I mean, they have to trouble your soul. You know what I'm saying? They have to be somebody who can actually trouble your spirit for you to go to the effort of to threaten them. And she don't even rank that. She is just an enigma to us. She just something that um we love to expose. So she posted this as evidence that she was being threatened. And as you can see, it says new email from website to CamillaDeTomini.com and title monster. Name you have 3 kids. Email, I'm not gonna say the word you at yahoo.com. And she's saying they said question, hate your 3 children. They should not be breathing. They must die. And on and on and on. Just so nonsense. And then look at has some knives and swords in there, talking about we love to knife or I guess sword you. Will be a pleasure to KILL. And so she's saying that a squatter had sent that to her. But then it was proven that no, Yahoo customer care said that it was no such email as that. She had fabricated that whole thing. She lied about it, trying to frame, the squatties, trying to make us out to be these people who would actually expend our effort to threaten something as unworthy of our time or our attention as her. Don't she know we got better things to do? We trying to see what Harry's doing. We trying to see what Meghan's doing. And we trying to call people out on their lies. Just like they did this. And the squatties absolutely went in and found out that this was a lie. It says, hello there. Further investigation showed that his account in question does not exist in our system. As per our terms of service, such accounts cannot be created. You cannot create an account with the FU as your moniker. You cannot do that. But she was so smart. She was stupid. And she tried to pin that on us. And that's when when Squatty started calling her Camilla Tominey is a liar. And they call it, that's the way they refer to her, like it's her government name. That's what we say over here in America, your government name, meaning that your whole official name. Yeah, she did that. And she was caught out on it. And then I guess the Met police said, "Hello, Camilla. Please direct message us if you have not yet filed a police report. Thank you." They saying if this really happened to you, message us. And if you hadn't filed a police report, but do you think she did that? No, because she was a liar. And nobody want to be bothered with her. Now I'll talk about her or whatever. I'll drag her up and down these internet streets, but she don't rank anybody threatening her, and especially squatties do not threaten children. We don't do that. If you notice on this podcast, on this channel, we I rarely mention any children. Any of William and Kate's children, if I do, it's always in a positive way. That's not who we are. We definitely do not threaten children. And that's why squatties knew that this was nonsense from the get. But that is just a little history lesson on why we call her. It's other things too. She done lied at so much. She lied on those poor people in Greenville, the ones that Meghan helped with the cookbook. You remember she wrote that article talking about they were people that Meghan's cookbook helped ended up to be T people. TERRORIST. Yeah, she did that. And that was nothing but a bald faced lie and trying, can you imagine invoking hate like that on the people who had already lost everything, including some of their family members in that fire? But she had no problem in lying and doing that. She is a despicable human being. She is. And the reason she looked like that is karma, and she got more to come. But she did that. I'm just saying. So that is a little history lesson on why she is a liar and is known as Camilla Tominey is a liar. I think the name fits, don't you? And it's more stuff that she done did. She had done nothing but lie. She is a liar. She is, like I said, she's a despicable human being. And a little drag I got to. This I'm gonna put this up. Y'all remember, I think it was last week, I put up, I was being messy and being, my messy self. I put up that picture of what's his name? He's a Milton. Oh, gosh, I cannot think of his name. Let me find it. Oh, goodness. Wait a minute. What is it? What I forgot what James Militant. You know, Kate's brother. Y'all remember I put up that picture of him signing all them books, and the person who posted said they wondered why he was signing all them books. He wasn't gonna need them. And y'all know I was messy. I laughed and laughed and laughed, but you know what? That has come to pass. I saw this post and it gave me twofold of information that I did not know. One is about HIPAA, and the other one is about him and their lack of ability to sell books. It says Pippa sold more party books than her brother. And it says, according to a report in the Sunday Times, her American publisher, a Viking Press, has decided to let Pippa go after her debut book, Party Planning. What is it? To me, celebrate. I think that's the name they put on there. It says sold just 1,800 copies. 18,000 copies, not 1,800, 18,000 copies. That's how many worldwide. She sold 18,000 copies. A source from the publisher told the paper, Pippa's celebrate sales are nothing to celebrate. Well, after I heard that, that was from Glamour UK. I didn't even know. That's why I say nothing they do make any kind of news because I didn't even know Pippa had wrote a book. Who knew? Who knew? But I did know that James wrote a book because I drug him for that. You know, I was petty. I drug him for it. And so listen to this. Listen to this. It says breaking news. James Middleton only sold 2,575 copies sold. He ain't sold 3,000 copies of that book about Ella, his dog. And it, to me, it's just how oblivious they are to reality. Who in the world? You remember he was over on the Today Show talking about this book, Ella, and talking about Kate, and knowing too, nobody is interested in what's going on with Kate firsthand. Why in the world would we be interested in what's going on with Kate secondhand from him? I mean, and he was sitting up there on the Today Show talking like, who cares? Who cares? I got to go back and see how many views that had. Probably not much, not many, because nobody is interested in Kate, especially not secondhand from him. And so he has a rude awakening. People bought, and I bet you those were family members and people like sycophants like Richard Eden. He probably bought a copy or two. I bet a lot of people is gonna get that for Christmas presents this year. I'm just saying. 2,575. Also, I did not post a picture of Anne. I said I looked at my podcast on the playback and I forgot to insert a picture of Anne in her suit and in her uniform. And I said I got to correct that. And so here's a picture of Anne. This was at the Queen's funeral, them marching down together. And I just said to myself, when I see this picture, I said to myself, the UK need to stop. Why are you tolerating this? Harry is the only veteran there who actually saw uh, action, who actually served his country, and he's walking around in a morning suit. And this woman, Anne, who has done nothing but play dress up, it's ridiculous. And I want to put this one up. Stop it, UK. Stop it. Y'all got to do something with this. This is crazy. I cannot. I cannot. Okay, y'all. And I'm gonna put this up because I got to go. You know what it means. We will eat your face off if you mess with Harry and Meghan. That's what the Sussex Squad would do. See y'all later. Bye.